Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Lynn Renee McDonald here. I should probably sage, do my usual saging, right? Just trying to fix my camera here. Get it. There we go. I think I got it. All right. Well, today what I wanted to talk to you about is about energy and how it relates to many different things in society, but or society meaning our 3D Earth world. Okay, but I wanted to pick out one thing in particular today in terms of energy to give you an idea about when you go places and how the places you go have a particular energy that can affect you in a positive, healthy way or not. So, or not so much. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about is like stores that we go to, all different places. Like if you go to a park, a place like a park, you know, like a children's park or a natural park, you know, like, let me see, like woods, forest, hiking, get into nature. Always you're going to be in a high vibration whenever you're in that space. Of course, sometimes there's people who come into that place, but ultimately the park or the place and the natural area itself, just like being in the wilderness, maintains its vibration of love energy at a very, very high level. That's why it feels so good. Part of why it feels so good to go out into nature, to go on hikes, to go walking, to be in that space, to breathe the air, to see how beautiful the trees and the plants and everything is, you know. So that's one thing. That's a natural area space. Or when you go on a safari or a vacation or you're at the ocean, you know, depending on how natural the area or how touristy, so to speak, it is, you will feel the energy. The energy will feel really good and natural and healthy, like the beach in the summertime or in the fall when there is a, what is the word I'm looking for? A storm. Like one of my favorite things to do is to go out on the beach in a storm, you know, because there's nobody there and the energy is just fantastic and it's wild and it's just natural. And of course I don't advocate for that. However, in other words, I don't say that you should go. All right. You do things at your own risk. Of course, you follow your heart. You will always know what the right thing to do is then. So, but you know, being on the beach is a great place, especially when there's no people. The less touristy it is, the more natural it is, the better, the higher the vibration. And that's with anything in nature and people and man-made things. Everything is energy. Okay, natural things are going to have a higher vibration than things that are not natural, all right, or that are made under the pretense or the intent in society. Okay, not that there isn't good intent in those things, yes, but you're always going to have a higher vibration in a natural product or a natural thing. Oh, okay, because it's authentically in a love energy space, and it is perfectly designed by God or love energy the way that it is. It's just it's magnificent. The law of universe and how it works. It's just like wow. Okay, so all of that said, that as you know, we all do live in society, so it'd be great if we could live in a tent in the woods or log cabin in the woods and never have to deal with society, but that's not pretty much how most of us end up doing it. Sometimes, of course, some people live on the street and they're homeless, and the reason that happens is because of what's going on in their soul, and unwellness in one's soul will cause things like that to happen. It doesn't mean it's bad and that they're bad. It's just a deficit, some form of thing in their souls that doesn't work for them, and this is why that happens. And then you'll get a lower, denser energy in that space. It doesn't mean that these people are not good. It means that it's just telling you how everything works from a different space of love with energy. Okay, so if you're in an area with a lot in a place that isn't well kept up, you know, you're going to feel that energy. Or there's a lot of, or another area where there's a lot of people who are sleeping on the streets or don't have a home. That's a particular energy. So you feel the energy, and you'll know what you're doing by you know what's happening, by where you go, the energy that comes in, how it feels to you. Is this a safe area? That's one of those things. That's feeling energy. Okay, so what we're doing here basically is we're talking about all different kinds of energy and situations where people affect the energy, the land affects the energy, the wellness in the souls, you know, such as homeless people, affects the energy, like a drug addict house. What is my daughter, the newest word for that is a trap house or something like that. You know, that that's what I think the kids or the people call it today. Not that it's funny. It's just that, I'm just, got to get used to the slang that they use, I guess you could say. So, that people use nowadays. And because language is always, like everything else in this world, it's always morphing. Okay. So, just like in a house where they do drugs, where people are unwell in that space, you're going to get a lesser density vibration. You're going to get people who do unwell things. Okay. And that's the vibration. You're not going to feel safe there. You're not going to feel like you mesh with them. You're going to feel at a deficit or an unwellness in this particular case. Okay. So talking about all this stuff, it gives you an idea of why things happen the way they happen and how it goes. There's a particular energy in everything. Okay. And just like people, the more well the person, the more higher they vibrate. Okay. Well in here, in their souls. Okay. And well means in the best, purest, in the God's honest, best and purest place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. Okay, that's being well. When you're in this space, in your soul, you're in your heart space, purely in that space. That's in your wellest space. So your highest vibrational people are going to be in that space. Okay, so when you're within this space, you're also going to have more of an abundant space. The people who are in a higher vibration of love energy within themselves, love for themselves in the healthiest, best way, and in a higher vibrational love energy space within themselves are going to have or are going to be in a better, positive, abundant space than all across the board. And this is the law of the universe and how things work. Okay, so the higher you vibrate, the more abundant and wonderful things you're going to have in your life. That's how love works. The more you love in the healthiest, best way, the more you love you in the healthiest, best way, the more you love all in the healthiest, best way, the more these things come to you and great things happen. Wonderful things in terms of families, love, all different areas of your life, whether it's careers, family, love, relationships, abundance in all ways, career, what is the word I'm looking for? Art, talent, gifts, success, money, finances, things, that's all a form of abundance in some way, shape, or form. If all these things are abundant or they're less than abundant when you don't have enough, of course. So being in a higher vibrational love energy space, loving yourself in the healthiest, best way, and coming from that space of love all the time and authentically. You can't really fake being in the love energy space because it doesn't go down that way. Sometimes you see people and they'll be like, hi, and they'll be all smiles and stuff, and you'll be like, what the hell? Because you'll be reading their energy and they're saying, hey, but that's not what their energy is saying. So that's not being an authentic space of love energy, right? So, but that gives you a better idea of what I'm talking about being in an authentic space. And when you are in that authentic space, your energy will yell that out. It will scream it out naturally from a loving place. It'll just boom, it's out there. Everybody knows about your energy when you come from love and you vibrate at love, okay? People will be less likely to jack with you because you're in a higher vibrational energy space. Now, when I say jack with you, because when you know and you work with love energy at the highest vibrations of love that exists, okay? And as long as you start on this path and get on this path, your life is always, always, always going to get better. More abundant, more happiness, more great things, more everything awesome that is God or love energy, okay? Can't not happen that way. But when you vibe in this space, anything that comes along at certain spaces and certain levels within this space with God or love energy, as you go down this path, right? Here you go down the path, right? All right. So you will have things that will happen in your life as you clear out stuff from your soul, as you grow and heal you, and as well as you grow and you create your reality and you ask God for certain things and you keep raising your vibration, you keep working with love energy, you keep on going and raising your vibration. Okay. When that happens, people are less likely to jack with you. And when they do, you are more likely just to bring it right to source, because that's how it works. So all this said is like the precursor for talking about energy and energy places, okay? So that you know what's going on when you go places. We talked a little bit about nature and the nature energy spaces and how things work within your soul. Anytime somebody wants to jack with you, you're going to bring it right to source, God or love energy, and say, hey, take care of this through me, God, from love. Take care of this through me, universe, from love. You see, that's how you're going to handle everything, because that's the best way to do it. There's no better way. I don't care who you are. Just talk to spirit 24/7, however, in your special way, or you can do it in the way that I do it. You know, whatever works for you. But the more you work with spirit or love energy or God to create your best life and be in that love energy space and come from that space, and the higher you're going to vibrate, the greater life you're going to have, and the more awesome things across the board. And unwell situations, unwell people, unwell situations, kinds of crap will be less likely, hugely, to not affect you or come into your life. And when they do, it is usually because you are here to teach them a lesson. You are them to help them heal. You are there to help them heal. You are there because their soul has called into it, because they know you from past lifetimes and you know them. They're on a soul level, not necessarily a conscious level, but their soul is usually saying at some point when you vibrate super high with God, you become naturally a healer, a God being, a spiritual teacher, whatever it is that you want to be in this space with love energy. But you're always going to be somewhere in that space, and you either know it consciously or not. But a lot of times what happens is, as you vibrate super high and you're on that path with God, you become like a sentinel, a love energy being that is here to help and change the world, but only if you want to be that, okay? Only if you want to be that. And when you do, what happens is people come to you and they get in your energy space and they get, they call in their stuff. So you will get sometimes lower vibrational people, but they called it in on a soul level, and your soul is here to help and assist them. And you will know, because you'll be like, what the hell is going on here? I don't usually deal with this, but what are you going to do? You're going to take it right to source. How do I handle this, God? This person needs help. Send them the angels the help that they need. Let me be free of this. Clear, heal, and change everything in me that doesn't work for me, that created this to happen, and take the wheel here, basically. You know, like you're driving down the road with love energy or God, just like the old saying, Jesus, take the wheel. Just give it to source. Give it to love energy. Hey, take this wheel, please. Let me come from love and handle this whole situation. And then no matter what the healing that they need or the unwell that somebody brings to your table, you will always have the cards, the upper hand, so to speak, and everything will be fine from love, okay? So that's to let you know. Now we're going to move into talking about locations and people and places, because there's lots of different restaurants and stores and things. McDonald's or you know, there's fast food places, you know, there's Walmarts, there's Food Lions, there's all these kind of grocery stores, right? And again, across the board, and restaurants too. There's expensive restaurants, there's lesser expensive restaurants, there's high-end department stores, there's a lesser department stores, right? When I say lesser, meaning ones that don't cost as much. One is not bad or worse than the other. What we were talking about here is a vibration that each of these places have. A fast food place is going to have all different sorts of vibrations across the board, not quite the same high vibration that you're going to get in a more expensive or a more better quality, okay, better quality, let's say restaurant or department store, because they're in a different space of love energy than a place that is a lesser space of that. And it doesn't make one bad or better. All that means is read the energy. If you're shopping at Nordstrom, you're in a Nordstrom kind of energy. If you're shopping at Walmart, you're in a Walmart kind of energy. A Nordstrom energy, all right, just to give you an example, is an energy that is going to more allow you to have great things in your life. You're going to allow yourself to have expensive stuff or stuff that works for you. You're going to allow yourself to have those things. Sorry about the phone ringing. I just had to take care of that a quick second. So you're going to allow yourself, you know, in being in a Nordstrom space, people who shop there are going to be in a different vibration. They're going to allow themselves to have more expensive things, more in a higher vibration of love energy. Now, it doesn't mean across the board they're going to be healthier than people. I'm just explaining to you how energy works. A higher vibrating store location is going to bring in more abundance in a more positive energy space. Okay. So you're going to get a different clientele, a different energy, okay, than you're going to get in a Walmart, where Walmart now it doesn't mean Walmart is bad. Again, neither is Nordstrom. You know, it's not like rich people are not bad or what is the word? Rich people are not bad, or People with less money are not bad. You know, they're in a particular energy space. But across the board in society, this is the energy of these spaces and how they work. Okay, so just to give you a basic setup. Okay, so but in a Walmart energy space, you know, what do people do when they want to? And this is another thing. What do people do when they go shopping at particular places? In a Walmart, you don't want to spend a lot. You want to get a good deal, right? You want to pay less. You want to have a coupon. You're less likely to do those things at the Nordstrom, okay? It is what it is. Or in a Whole Foods shop, you're looking for a different thing in your life for you, for a different energy. What is important to you? What do you value? And there's different energies in all of these spaces, okay? Walmart is not a bad place if you're into getting a value and what Walmart, let's say, represents. You're into a different value than a Nordstrom or a different place within your soul. It is all about energy, okay? So you're going to get a different societal energy clientele that vibrates in this space at each different particular space within that. So you'll have different vibrational energies in Nordstroms, you'll have different in Walmarts, you'll have different in fast food places, you'll have different in more expensive restaurants. Doesn't mean one person or one thing is better than the other, but you'll have a different energy in each place. Just like a 7-Eleven. What do you go to a 7-Eleven for? To get something quick. It may be expensive, so you have to weigh out, oh, do I figure about this being expensive, paying $5 for, let's say, a soda or a water, when you could buy a 12-pack for that, or a 12-pack sodas or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? So it depends on what you're going into the place for, what your intent is, depending on any certain time. But whoever the owner of the place is, their energy is totally going to be in that place, and that is going to set the vibration that is in there. The people who come in, who vibrate in that same space, whether you consciously know it or see it or not, this is how these things work. So when you go into a 7-Eleven and you get kind of like, energy that doesn't work for you, or it doesn't feel good, you're reading the energy, not only of the owner or the people who own it, but the people around you, because what you are is what you attract. So this is all part of learning lessons about energy. So make sure you know what your intent is when you go somewhere, where you're going, why you're going there, because this will help you assess, hey, how many stones do I need to protect myself empathically? Do I need to sage? Do I need to protect myself in a bubble of love and light? What do I need to protect me, to keep me well, and to keep me in the best, healthiest energy, so I don't pick up other people's energy, or I don't have a bad experience or an unwell experience with whatever energies I am going into or walking into when I walk into an establishment. Okay, so this is about reading energy in places. Energy is in everything, and it's all love energy. Reading energy in places is going to let you know, beforehand. If you take a look beforehand and you make decisions with wisdom, it's going to let you know what's truly going on there. So take a moment. If you don't think about it, ask God that you do. Think about where you're going, why you're going there, what your intent is, what you're getting out of it, because this is a total reflection of what's well in you and what is not, and where you vibrate. For example, I had a client of mine who went to this really expensive restaurant in DC, and they invited me to go, and I was like, okay, we go to this restaurant, and apparently they had to go for some kind of thing, but they didn't really want to go because they were angry about the prices, and they thought, oh my God, I can't buy this, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And they were in an unwell space of it because they wouldn't allow themselves to have great food or allow themselves to spend some money on themselves. So you have to really take a look at what's going on in you. Okay, when you go to these places and you do things, and and how you react and how you act, and if you're authentic in the healthiest, best place to go into these places to do these things, or you're gonna have resentment or unwellness when it comes to that. Okay, so obviously I'm having someone on the phone that really wants to get in touch with me. Okay. So that's again what an answering machine is for, right? Okay, so I just wanted to take this few minutes to talk to you guys about energy, how it manifests in different places, to make you more aware of what's going on. Remember, you can always call on God, love, energy, spirit, to protect you, keep you safe and healthy with all kinds of energy, and wherever you go. And always create your reality before you go there. Create the best reality when you go to 7-Eleven or the grocery store or the supermarket or the bank or wherever you're going. from love. Create what you want to happen. The best people, the best experience, the best money, the best food, the best energy being around it, free of any energy getting on you. You create your reality. So this one was to help you decide, just be aware of what's going on with energy, create your reality, always work with spirit, and give you a better idea of how things work. Remember, the lesser the vibration of the owner of the place, the lesser the vibration it's going to be for the people who are going to go there, and then the more toxic it can possibly be for you. And also your stuff is going to draw you in there, okay? Depending on how well you are in a love energy space in your heart or not. Okay, so I wish you guys a great evening, and we will probably speak with you tomorrow. Thanks.